term that we sometimes use, which is not our own term. It was a term that was used by the French filmmaker Bresson. It's the idea of searching for life models. And these are all stories that are coming out of a life that is not my own experience. And for me to tell a story that's outside of my life experience, I need guides. I need people that want to work with us and provide the details. And instead of imitating someone's house, the little girl is called Ashley. She's the sister of Ree. Instead of trying to imitate her house, after we got to know her family and had worked with them and had them comment on the script, it became clear like it would be foolish and it would never work well for us to imitate her house or try to make a set that impersonated, or reproduced their house. It was much better for this kind of film to actually see if it was possible to shoot in her house. And then instead of trying to guess as a city person what are her toys, or I come from a different social class than she does, for me to try to guess what the details are, it's better to ask for this kind of filmmaking. Even if she's just 6, just say, what are your toys? What do you play with? What is your favorite 2 toys? And then when we cast the boy down the street to be her brother, she would say, we would say, bring him to the trampoline, show him, how do you guys play? What are you going to do when Ree's away? She was able to enter that world, which was her own yard, but she was able to make the fiction of pretending that Ree was her sister. So it's every step of the way, it's this mixture between lived experience and real details, married and embedded in fiction. Every time we went, every trip we took to the Ozarks to continue to scout and cast and research, music was being played. And so I said, okay, God, we've got to listen to what we're being shown, and we have to include the music, because music is actually a really, really positive part of mountain culture. It's beloved. It works in very benign ways, very important, helpful ways. Audiences, all of us as viewers, provide so much of our own instinct, right? So we know that when Ree steps into that yard with the wind and the donkey, we know that she's already feeling anxious. We know she shouldn't go there. She's been warned, right? Like in any fairy tale, she's been told, don't go there. But she doesn't listen. She trespasses and she goes. So it doesn't take much. Once you know that a character's anxious and you're anxious for her, the wind blows some clothes. Well, it could have been that birds were chirping, it was real sunny, and how sweet that, at Auntie's house the clothes blow. How nice. You change the circumstances, character's afraid, she shouldn't be there, the clothes blow, and it looks spooky. I mean, that's, there was those amazing Russian experiments, right? Vorkapich, one of the old Russian cats, he would show one face. He'd show something before that face and after that face. And when he showed something scary, you looked at the person and their face didn't change, but you look into this, like you said, stone face, and you say, oh my God, that person is completely processing what he just saw, and it's terrorizing him. You put that next to a peaceful, scene, and you say, wow, that man's really calm. He's just really contemplative. He's just really thinking about the birds. I'm always looking for the sides of a character that you don't know. You drive by a house anywhere that you don't know, and you see a kind of house, and you see maybe what's in the yard. And of course, we all make assumptions. We all think maybe quickly we know what she might be like, what she cares about, what she needs, or maybe we don't know any, or maybe we acknowledge, wow, house looks beat down, and I don't know anything about this girl. And so what I really was attracted to in the novel was that, sure enough, the house was described, and I start to think, okay, God, I can only imagine certain things, and then I see her act a certain way with a certain person, her uncle, or her siblings, her brother and sister, and I start to learn one other attribute, and then later on I learn another attribute. I start to learn all these attributes. All of a sudden I have this multifaceted character, and that's what I'm craving to see. Especially, I think, in the representation with young women on screen. Many times they're prized and valued for their physical beauty, and there's very little attention to what might be inside their minds or their hearts, their guts. And so I like that this author took such great care to unfold many aspects of this girl, Ree, and that's what I was viewing as a whole character, and that for her to be interesting to people on screen, she doesn't have to be naked, she doesn't have to, just some of the very standard things that people expect from a female character, especially a young female character, didn't have a role in this particular representation, in this character development, and I just really value that, and to this day I really feel a lot of praise to the author, because many times people had said, oh gosh, it's really, one time in Germany, I don't know where they got this idea, they said, oh God, is the Ozarks a matriarchy? And I was like, wow, he really did a good job, making some whole females, because, even when they act very badly and are very aggressive towards each other, and I guess it was still this idea that there was some power behind their actions and their role in the story.